Hi everyone, it's Monday and we are looking at two-dimensional shapes. We're looking at the properties of these shapes. Our success criteria include that we are learning to recognize and classify familiar two-dimensional shapes using obvious features. We can label 2D shapes, identify shapes by their attributes, count how many vertices or vertex there are, count how many sides make a two-dimensional shape. The vocabulary that we might use this week include the words shape, circle, triangle, quadrilateral, square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon, orientation, features, side, vertex or vertices, vertical, horizontal, portrait orientation, landscape orientation, and parallel. The properties of two-dimensional shapes, let's take a look at all the different features that we might come across as we are investigating shapes this week. So we have some shapes that are curved. I'm sure that you could start thinking about what shapes you can think of that have a curved line. We've got some shapes that have longer lines. Longer. We have sides of shapes. We have shapes that are equal, so all their sides are equal. They are two-dimensional, so they are flat. We have some shapes that have shorter sides, so they might have longer sides and shorter sides. We can talk about straight. They have straight sides. And we might talk about the length. One of the things that we are going to be learning about is vertices or vertex. And this is where we're talking about the corners of our shape, where they meet. So previously you might have called these corners. Now we're learning to use a more technical term and we use the word vertices, or we can say vertex. Okay, I recommend that you go and watch this video, and it's in our Google Classroom, and it will explore these concepts a little bit more for you. Okay, so your task today is to count the edges or the sides and the vertices. So we're looking at how many sides are on each of these shapes. So our first shape that we have is our triangle, our square, our rectangle, our trapezium, our parallelogram, pentagon, and hexagon. So these are the shapes that we're going to be exploring today, and we're going to be looking at their vertices and their sides. So let's do a little bit more research before you have to go off and do that. Okay, let's take a look at our circle. How many curved sides do you think our circle has? Let's take a look. We can go all the way around our circle and it has a nice curved side, doesn't it? And how many vertices does our circle have? Do you see any corners there? I don't think so. Let's take a look. So one curved side and no vertices or no corners or vertex. Now our triangle, how many straight sides does our triangle have? It's called a tri, which stands for 3, triangle. So TRI stands for 3, tri. So that gives you a big hint. All right, let's take a look. 3 straight sides. Now what about the vertices? What about where each of those straight sides meet? Do you know where they might be? Can you imagine? Have a little think and let's take a look. So 3 vertices. Okay, our square. How many straight sides does a square have? I bet you all know that really well. And how many vertices? Let's take a look. 4 straight sides, 4 equal sides in length, and 4 vertices. We can see our corners here where our straight sides meet. Our trapezium. How many straight sides and how many vertices? Let's take a look. 4 straight sides, 2 equal length sides, and 4 vertices. Okay, so this time I want you to have a little think. We've got a rectangle. I want you to imagine, or maybe you'd like to pause the video and draw a picture of a rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then have a think about how many straight sides it has and how many vertices. Okay, let's check if you were right. 4 straight sides, 2 long sides and 2 short sides. And how many vertices? 4. Were you right? I bet you were. Okay, now our rhombus. Let's have a look at our rhombus and imagine. We can see straight away how many straight sides there are, and we need to think about how many vertices. So remember, we're looking at where each of our straight lines meet. What we used to call a corner, now we call a vertice. Let's take a look. 4 straight sides, 4 equal lengths, and 4 vertices. Okay, a pentagon. How many straight sides and how many vertices? Have a look. Remember where you start counting? And let's go along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all straight. Okay, and then let's take a look at our vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we're correct. 5 straight sides, 5 vertices. Oh, this has got a little bit more. Wonder if you know this one. How many straight sides? So again, we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and our vertices, where our straight lines meet. Okay, let's take a look. 6 straight sides and 6 vertices. Okay, let's practice this one together. Let's take a look at the circle first. So we can see that our circle has no straight sides, but just one curved line, and therefore no vertex or vertices. Then let's take a look at our square. So our square has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 straight lines. So we can write 4 for 4 straight lines, and then we can find the vertices where each of those straight lines meet. And so our answer for vertices is also 4. Then let's move to our triangle. Remember, tri stands for, that's right, 3. So triangle, our triangle will have 1, 2, 3 straight lines, and they're differing lengths. Okay, so we can write 3. Let's take a look at the vertices. 1, 2, 3. So also 3. Let's take a look at our trapezium. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 straight lines and 4 vertices. So we can write the number 4. Okay, and then we've got our parallelogram. So this, sometimes we can think that this one might be a rhombus, but it depends on the lengths. So we can see this one's got 2 longer lengths and 2 shorter lengths. Okay. All right, so we're going to look at the vertices. So it's got 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 straight lines. Okay. And that will help you for when you're filling out your worksheet. You need to go around and check and count as you go to fill out your worksheet, and make sure that you check how many vertices and how many sides there are. Now it is your turn. Complete the 2D 1 Monday PDF. Take a photo of your work and keep this for Wednesday's lesson. Number 2, use some materials from home to make a 2D shape. For example, we could use pencils, cotton, or string, ribbon, toothpicks. So we can use different materials that you have at home to make different 2D shapes. And some of them will be easier to use with ribbon and cotton, like our curved shapes. But then we can make all of our straight sides really well with pencils and toothpicks. All right, number 3 is watch the 2D shape video, which will be really helpful for you on vertices and sides of shapes. And then number 4 is play a 2D shape game, and this is just to help you with the remembering the names of the shapes, and perhaps the spelling of the shapes as well is always helpful. So that's what you're going to be working on. Those are available on your slides, or you can access it straight from your Google Classroom in today's lesson. Okay, good luck with everything. Bye.